Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover things on so many different hot, topics, sports debates, and where we give you a perspective on sports and how we see it. Let me just get straight into the content here today. So, all of you guys know who Wright and Shannon Sharpe is. Shannon Sharpe is a famous Hall of Fame football player. He's on the show Undisputed, which is on Fox Sports, and he co-hosts the show with Skip Bayless, and he's there, and he's a staple on the show. I think that show has been on air for about 3 or 4 years or so, and it's wildly popular. Him and Skip Bayless are a fantastic tandem on TV, and they really have some contrasting views, with Skip Bayless being a huge Michael Jordan supporter, Shannon Sharpe being a huge LeBron James supporter. So that show works really well. If you look at Wright is also an American TV sports commentator. He's also on Fox Sports. His show is called First Things First, which he used to co-host with the former NFL player Chris Carter, but now he seems to be the main draw for that show. And though sometimes they do feature other people like Chris Broussard and some other people that they have come on the show, but mainly it's his show, and he's the one that sort of drives the argument on that show all the time. Now, I've watched these guys on TV. I think Shannon Sharpe is very, very funny. I think he does really well on social issues. I think he's smart. I think he's witty. I think he knows how to make a lot of great points. However, I think Shannon Sharpe might be one of the most sensitive sports commentators out there. No disrespect to him, but it's just what I think. And the same thing goes for Wright. However, what makes these two guys very, very ironic in a sense is that they're the ones that are always complaining about things being said about their favorite players. Now, as you know, Shannon Sharpe and Wright are probably the two biggest LeBron James fans in the world, or at least in media, right? They're the biggest proponents and supporters of LeBron James to a sickening degree, right? Because it seems like every day on these sports shows, all they do is talk about LeBron, but like literally every day. Even if they don't have anything direct to talk about LeBron, they'll talk about a tweet that somebody said referring to LeBron, and they say, oh, is this disrespect to LeBron? And these guys are the ones that are mainly driving the argument. However, they're the ones that are always complaining that LeBron is never getting his just due, or people are always saying things about LeBron, and they always seem to be taking offense to what people say about LeBron. So if you don't believe what I'm saying, I want you guys to take a listen to one of these sound bites. Just listen to Shannon Sharpe here talking about why he feels that LeBron James is always being disrespected.
Do you consider this taking a shot at LeBron?
It was absolutely a shot at LeBron, and he knows it was a shot at LeBron. Skip, let this sink in for a second. Now, you're on a team with a guy that's won 4 MVPs. He's won 3 Finals MVP. He's gone to you played with him. He had gone to... He gone to 4 straight in Miami, and he came back with you and went to 3 straight before you dipped. And you're saying that for the very first time in your career, you got a guy on your team now that can make the shots at you. But here's the thing, and Skip, this is how someone repeatedly saying something gets thought of as being true. It's because we see that in a lot of today's society, is that people just constantly repeat something and they believe that to be true. Because people have constantly repeated that LeBron James is unclutched. And it is the greatest lie that's probably been told. Because here's what LeBron is. In game tying or go-ahead shots in the final minutes of playoff games, Kyrie Irving is 2 of 3. Only made 1 other shot other than the Game 7. LeBron James is 20 of 41. 49%, 4 of 8 from 3. That's 50%. It is the same lie that because I was a Prop 48 coming out of school that Shannon Sharpe was dumb. And they kept saying that, man, he dumb, he dumb. Shannon Sharpe was never dumb. Because I didn't do well on a standardized test, that doesn't make it. And what has transpired because LeBron James did not win the 2011 Finals against Mavericks, the Mavs, people said, well, he's unclutched. No, he's not. LeBron James is the most clutch player in NBA.
Stop it.
The numbers say that.
I let you get to that point. That's just the biggest bunch of hogwash that's ever been spilled in the middle of this.
What does the number say?
He is the worst superstar clutch free throw shooter in the history of basketball. He runs from the free throw line like nobody in the history of basketball.
Okay, President Trump, you gonna let me talk?
Oh, stop.
Give me my time. Let me talk.
Now, in that soundbite, you can hear Shannon Sharpe speaking very passionately about how he feels LeBron never gets his just due, and how he feels that people are always, coming at him. But at one point in that clip, you can even hear Skip Bayless push back and say, "Wait a minute, man. you're going a little bit too far, because Shannon Sharpe went on to say that LeBron is the most clutch basketball player in the history of the NBA, and why is he always being so insulted and blah, 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 blah. And you can hear Skip Bayless push back on that. In the second audio, you're going to hear a soundbite of Nick Wright completely losing his you-know-what over the fact of Kyrie Irving saying that he believes that for the first time in his career, he's playing with somebody that he can look down the bench and say, man, this MF can hit shots just like I can. He's just as bad at doing, he's just as cold-blooded at doing what I do. Like, he may be even better. And you can hear Nick Wright losing it basically on TV. So take a listen to this soundbite.
And you can't focus on Kevin Durant, who is a better shooter than LeBron, flat out. Yeah, I'll give it to him. But no, LeBron.
I gotta let Nick jump in here.
No, I can't let this go on.
What's going on?
Guys, he's 22 years old against a champion Piston team, and he scores 29 of the final 30 points to get himself to his first NBA Finals. Couple years later against Orlando, he hits a 3 to walk off for his first career buzzer beater. He had the bad moment against Dallas. After that, what did he do in the biggest moments? Oh, against KD, washed him in the finals. The next year, who do you trust? Well, I don't know. What's the biggest spot you possibly could be in? How about Game 7 of a finals, one possession game, less than 30 seconds left? LeBron James in Kawhi Leonard's eye from 19 feet to ice that. The next Game 7 of the NBA Finals, Kyrie hit the 3. All the power to him, one of the biggest shots ever. LeBron hit the 3
you want to glance over that. You want to glance over that. To get the third ring. To get the third ring, you want to glance over that. The person that hit the biggest shot in that series, you want to glance over that. Come on.
No, I'm not. No, because
LeBron's not.
Nobody is questioning Brandon. No, wait. Brandon is nobody is questioning if Kyrie can make a clutch shot. So I don't have to gloss over anything. We're acknowledging
but that is the conversation. I'm not saying that LeBron isn't great. What I'm saying, I'm answering a question, and we're looking at what Kyrie actually talked about. He talked about the clutch moment in those shots. In Cleveland, when they were teammates, the biggest shot to get them the ring, it was made by Kyrie. So when you talk about what these guys thinking,
LeBron. It's fine for Kyrie to say, I think I was the best option. That is fine. But to act like LeBron can't get it done, he's gotten it done. That's all I'm saying.
And this isn't not Brandon done when he's done versus it
is. That's not the question. That's not what we're talking about.
Now, in these two audio clips, if you listen to these guys, they're talking like as if LeBron James is the most disrespected and he's the most overlooked and all of these things, when in reality, all the general sports media does is suck up to LeBron every single day. If you guys don't understand what I mean, let me break that down for you. He who owns the platform creates the narrative, all right? The biggest shows, the biggest sports shows on TV, ESPN First Take, Undisputed, First Things First, these are the biggest American sports shows. If you have the biggest TV personalities in sports always showering a particular player with praise every single day, it seems. Stephen A. Smith has said LeBron James is on Mount Rushmore, maybe the second greatest player of all time. Max Kellerman has him there, the second greatest player of all time. Shannon Sharpe says LeBron is the greatest player of all time. Nick Wright is saying that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. Then who are these people? Where are these other voices, these prevailing voices that are sort of coming out there to change the narrative and say, no, LeBron is not the greatest? But the moment these guys hear anything that they don't like, that they feel like maybe a slight criticism or maybe a slight against LeBron, they lose their stuff. But yet, they're the ones always saying that, oh, LeBron is being disrespected and this and this and this, when in reality, these guys are the most sensitive people on TV, probably. And the irony about it is this. These guys are the ones that are always saying other things about other people's favorite players and always saying that they're not the best. For example, Nick Wright, when he talks about Kobe. If you heard Nick Wright talk about Kobe, he's probably one of the, and we're going to do a video about this in the future, he's probably one of the people that contributed to tarnishing the legacy of Kobe Bryant, where you have buffoons coming into, you know, people's comment section talking about Kobe's not a top 5 or top 10 player. He's one of the main proponents of that. It's people like Shannon Sharpe that has Kobe Bryant, I think, ranked number 9 all time, that he's one of the people that helped tarnish the legacy of Kobe. These guys are the ones that do this, but yet they have the audacity to sit up there and complain when somebody has a different view to LeBron James, and they start throwing, oh my God, I can't believe you're saying this and this and this and this and this. My question is, do they even really have the right to be offended when all they do all day, every day is suck up to LeBron and say how great he is? Yet they have the nerve to say that he's being disrespected and he's not being, where is he being disrespected? Where? Name me the show, name me the channel. What show? What's the show that's always disrespecting him? And finally, it's a little bit different with me and Kawhi and these guys. Yes, Kawhi Leonard is my favorite player, right? Currently, my favorite basketball player. Have you heard me come out and do any video shouting and hollering, oh my God, look, Kawhi is being disrespected and it's wrong, and banging on it? No, it's unnecessary, right? What I understand is that people are going to have different views, but I'm not going to sit up here and start banging on the table and saying, oh my God, the disrespect. Kawhi is one of the most disrespected players out there. And for some of you guys who don't understand it, some of you guys who say, hey man, I always see you guys talking about Kawhi Leonard. You're damn right. You're damn right I'm always talking about Kawhi Leonard. You know why? Because these guys are always talking about LeBron. I don't see you guys in the comment section complaining about that. So why are you complaining to me about it? Right? We cover Kawhi so much because he doesn't get enough coverage. We're trying to provide a balance here. When was the last time you saw Kawhi Leonard being talked about? Right? Apart from the time he lost, on a general day-to-day basis, how many other NBA players do you see really being covered? This dude is a great player. He was just a regular season, just won the finals MVP a year ago. And you rarely hear them talk about him on TV. The only time they talk about him was last season when he was making his playoff run. After that, it was like, okay, you're talking about him here or there. LeBron wasn't even in the playoffs last year, and they were talking about him then. So I don't want to hear about, oh, you talk about Kawhi Leonard too much. We talk about him because we're trying to provide a balance, number one. Number two, if you don't enjoy us talking about Kawhi, YouTube has millions of channels, guys. You can go out there and go watch another channel. Don't come to our channel and start complaining when YouTube is a huge place and is usually LeBron fans. If you feel like ESPN, Fox Sports, and others don't talk about LeBron enough, then that's on you. That's on you. You're not going to go there, go to ESPN, they talk about this guy all day long. You go to Fox, they talk about him all day long, and you come here and you want me to talk about him all day. It's not going to happen like that. So my question is rather, do these guys really have the right to be offended? And I think no. And I think it's comical that they're always have, they're always on a defensive when they're the ones that control the narrative, and they're the ones that will talk trash about another player in a second if they feel that that guy may be in some way, shape, or form be compared to LeBron James. So that's just my opinion. So what I want to know from you guys is quite simple. Do you agree with me? Do you think that these guys are the most sensitive sports commentators or not, right? Or not? Maybe you disagree. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And also, I want you guys to check out another video that we did talking about how, these media guys seem to have some type of agenda. I want you guys to check out the video we're going to have linked in the description below, talking about Kendrick Perkins and his agenda on ESPN and why he's always pushing certain narratives. So I want you guys to check that out. We're going to leave that in the description below and let us know what you think. So once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.